Okay, so we're either doing air or chaos. Character. So we can do Bridget, who we talked about. We can do Happy Chaos. Uh, we, in theory, should probably do like a Guilty Gear character, right? Because it's coming up. You have all the character arts. Cool. Anyone does this spark anyone's fancy for who y'all would want to build right away? I might be going back to the emergency vet. Pretty sure this dog ate the part of the nation. All right, good luck, bud. I hope that goes well, and he spits it out or poops it out with no problem. You vote air. All right, so we have an air list. I'm still super interested in Happy Chaos. All right, I guess the important thing is I can just pull up chat. Let's do poll slash start. The fuck is what is the not poll slash vote? Yeah, slash poll. Nope, I don't need this. Slash poll. Does not want to work. Whatever. All right. Where's that tab go? All right. All right. So we have a vote for Kai. We have a vote for Happy Chaos. Anyone else have preferences? Because I haven't built. I built a Soul list, so I'm not going to do that one for sure. But I haven't built a Kai list, a Happy Chaos list, or a Bridget list yet. Unfortunately, they don't share Air and Chaos, which, oh well. Jamie or Mitch, it's up to you two. I think you're the only two actually chatting right now, so fight it out. Choose why. Tell me why I should do yours. Kai says specifically. Chaos, Happy Chaos, or Air Kai? Zach, are you still here? Chaos, Happy Chaos, or Air Kai? Zach, Chaos, Happy Chaos, Air Kai. Which one? Which one sounds more interesting? Kai? Just to be like, surprise you're dead, and you know what, I like that place out. Maybe if Air Kai goes, maybe I'll just do them both. Maybe that's the correct answer. Just do both. So let's do. Chat, you get to see all my. Hi, Devlin. Hi, bud. You get to see all my deck folder names. Go Air Kai. Alright. So let's start with Air Kai and go from there. So he's air. We're going to get Chaos Attuned. And we pull up our wonderful new cheat sheet of cards we suggest, because we are meant to suggest. We've made these to suggest. Well, how's it going, Chris? Alright. So with Kai, I made all these tabs for a reason. So let's see if I can find the one that I set up for this. I guess it takes up the spot. Good, just editing. Yeah, I need to get. I have a lot of editing to do. So knowing that he's charge and range attack focus is, we're gonna want to find stuff related to that. So we can probably just go ahead and hit him with the charge and ranged to freeze things. So we want to see these. The easy solution is, if we're gonna do this as like budget wise. I think it's the plan. We're gonna try and do this budget wise and then play it by ear. Stun Edge has Kai's face on it and gets some attention, so it'll probably be fine. Has Stun on it, gives you automatically lets you do a freeze thing. Probably worth doing on air. Hang 10, maybe it is a charge. It does work if you can find a little bit more speed. So I'm gonna put it as a one-off. Come back to it later. I'm not going to tell people to play a 2-check. I just won't do it. Aerial Kokosho could be really cool. Slamming a 5 high for 7 on your opponent's turn they have to respect or lose a foundation-wise could be pretty neat. So we're going to do one of them and we'll come back to it. It might be bait. It might not be. Might have it. I have Chaos checked. Let's relate that. Air order. Clearly, you probably want to put Ride the Lightning in. It's a 4 mid 5. Technically, stun ones them if they try and like run away it or anything. And draws 1 to 2 cards, potentially. But I'm not going to tell people to go buy an Ultra Rare. You'll probably get these from opening packs. Airfield card that can give speed. Yeah. It's not on Ultra yet, unfortunately. So let's see. I'm not going to tell people you should consider Thunder Spear Barrage probably, because a 2 high for 6 or a 5 high for 6 is probably pretty good. That's a suggestion. I think this might go pretty well in Kai actually, so I'm going to put that as a 3-off. We'll figure out if I actually want to do more or less. I think potentially a 4 low 5 that if they block it stun to, that opens up the rest of your turn. That's me, chat. Don't worry about it. Static is extremely good on Ride the Lightning, not gonna lie. Yeah, I think the static is really good. I'm just not gonna make the deck with a bunch of Ultra Rares for right now. I know the problem is I'm gonna ignore that entire slide of what we suggested because those are a bunch of Ultra Rares. And then Invisible Infiltration, which I don't think does what Kai wants to. We'll probably put Moth on because it draws a card. Again, Goblin Bolt, I don't think does exactly what Kai wants to do. It's generally good, but I don't think it does. Hunter's Ally, we can probably come back to look at as an Ultra Rare, just for if we get into a bunch of ally stuff. Animus Shot, we'll go into every single air deck in some shape or form, whether it's in main board or sideboard. Improvised Ink Shot's really neat for a 3 diff. As like a 4 mid 3 or a 6 mid 3 that can't be blocked by attack cards. That could be interesting. I do like Tavern Landing. Do we not just hit common? Yeah, we can do that. Let's do that. I want to talk about cards as they're coming through, just as like upgrades potentially, but yeah, we can do that. Let's go bop bop, and let's limit to attacks right now. Or wrong button. Attack. Is Dust Stack not on here? Wild Assault, Demon Typhoon. Oh, it's not a charge. That's fine. Okay. So let's see, we have Smokescreen Charge. I don't think we care about playing. I don't think we're going to get many face downs. We could do an interesting almost all lows package with play fighting. Where was play fighting? Have I passed it? Rushing forward, skirmish line, anchor toss. Pierce the leg, lop off Humanity's Hope. Get moving. I don't think we don't need Can't Catch Me because I don't think we're gonna have a ton of weapons. This might be a neat sideboard piece if backup decks continue to be a problem, because I don't think we have, besides Animus Shot if we're doing common and commons, and you need to handle your Hanji players at locals, add their 9 Titans to their momentum, or just their normal backups, could be pretty good. Like, that's the zone that your Zeke players can't even touch it at. You feel attacked? Yeah, you should feel a little bit attacked. You are a Hanji player at the moment. But your Zeke 2 players, right? If you just or like Zeke, yeah, the Zeke 2 players, or I don't know who else is playing backups. But putting it in their momentum makes it hard for them to access again, so it kind of locks it away. It might be a neat sideboard. I wouldn't put much stock into it otherwise. Flying Zap I think is neat. Flying Dragon Tackle is a fun card of a lot of text that leaves your opponent in a weird state, I think. It just hurts because it's a 6, but yes, outside it. Yeah, yeah. I think Flying Dragon Tackle's in this weird spot of it could be good in a lot of situations where no matter what, something is happening. So if they block it, it's going to be a 5 high, 5 base, right? So if they block it, they have to flip the foundation. If it's not blocked, they commit a thing you get to freeze. And then if it deals damage, you draw a card. So they get to commit a thing on damage, so you freeze it. So you always... you know what? I'm going to be wrong for this one, but I'm going to put this like a 3 of, I think. Because I think I just like this interaction of it does what Kai wants to do, right? In some shape or form. You get self-committed, or resources denials. It's a 3 check. It's not a 2 check. It just has a lot of text on it. Did I put a 2 check in? Where did I put a 2 check? Chat, did I put a 2 check in? Pressing the advantage is a solid. Yeah, okay, that's what it is. Okay. Yeah, is pressing the advantage a 2? Pressing the advantage is a 2. Pressing the advantage, the Levi ultra rare. Let's see, what else can we find? I don't think I'll be playing Arrows and Daggers. We're not clearing cards, so we don't get the full setup of shoot style mix up. There's a chance Air Force Flick could be cool. But this is like anti-our deck, so maybe not. Gusty Buffet's always fine. Real shame. I guess it's not. I guess we're only doing commons and uncommons right now, so we don't get Nejire's rare. And then these are out of it. Alright. You know what? We'll figure out 1 speed. We'll figure out the 1 speed we need, right? If we have enough stuff committed, this will get us 1 speed. We could technically go, like, Stun Edge, get a momentum, get the Roman cancel, play Hang 10 if they have the 3 committed, We get the 3 speed. We EX2. We ready the thing. Draw a card. So, like, maybe that's fine. Is there anything else that I super loved out of these? Yeah, I think maybe Satchel Toss is the big winner. Maybe Bang Bang, because it's a 5 low 6. So we'll throw that one in there. So let's take a look at what the deck looks like right now. I've got like 18 cards. We're gonna probably put this up to like a 2-0 just to mess with it later. Because we should always have some form of tension, right? To be able to at least spend that for the drive cost. So in the meantime, let's put this up to a 4 of, and let's just slam this up to a 4 of. That's 21. I think that's probably fine. Spiral Wave Surge, 4 to 4, 6 manipulate and eat my checks. Maybe move on to rares. Yeah, we can add in some rares. See, for budgeting, rares fine. Anything changing here? No new Guilty Gear stuff. I guess we're still looking at charges, right? If we're sticking to the charge and range. Do we get anything new? Anything new that I would want to play? Like, probably Bedazzled Helm Blast, right? It's just a good one. Fajins feels like a Nambo, where it can turn a Roman cancel into a momentum, into a real one. I did say we're going to put Moth in, so maybe we're going to send that up to a 4 real quick. I'm not going to tell people to play a 2-check. Yeah, I'm down to put this as like a 3 of, I think. I think this might be fine. It doesn't affect your checks, but it does... Spiral Wave Surge. Isn't that the... I don't think that's our keyword on it, right? Sure. Yeah, it doesn't ever... I guess, oh, it doesn't. Why didn't that show up? Interesting. Rochester Retro Standard. I don't know why it didn't show up. Sure. Yeah. Or maybe I just didn't see it. I was thinking Spiral Blast is what I was thinking of. There we go. So where we're at. Alright, we got a bunch of stuff. So let's clear out some things. If we don't need Hang Ten, because we have Moth to draw cards, I was thinking about the UR. Let's knock out Hang Ten, because as I said it earlier, maybe it's not as consistent as we think it is. Because we only have one tension move so far. That's not Guilty Gear. Sure, this is fine. Alright, so we're at 29 cards. So the thing is, the thing I don't like about Nejire Wave, so I think I'm going to kick it out, is ideally our opponent isn't blocking stuff, right? We're going to spend a turn whittling them down, and then they'll have everything frozen, right? So they just don't get to block that much because they'll have 3 speed to everything. If we look at the block zones for everything, this is pretty even. We can go down. Let's go down. Maybe a Moth. And then, is there anything I don't like? Maybe I'm going to leave the Kokocho because I want to mess with it. It has Kai's face on it, so I want to leave it. Dog, yeah, my dog's going crazy back there, huh? He's being an ostrich. I think I just don't like Spiral Wave Surge because I don't think they're going to block that much, right? It's only good on like turn 2 when they have things available. I think I'm going to cut this. Maybe I'm wrong. I like running 22 attacks, so we're going to go back to 4 moths. So our little blocks are kind of sus, but we'll figure that part out later. We got the foundations. We get air, we get order, and these ones don't matter. We don't have ally cards to play, so that one doesn't matter. I don't know how much momentum we're actually getting, but sack a foundation. Move cards around is always good, right? It's either add a card I've already played. Yeah, add 1 card from your hand to your card pool face up. Add 1 card from your card pool to your hand. It's not on progressive, but it lets you replay a thing. So I'm going to put this as like a 2 of, because it is sacrifice for it. If we get a second momentum, we get a second momentum. That's good enough. We saw infinite potential. Depends on if we care about this. I'm going to put this like a 2 of. It's effectively can be replaced with infinite potential, I think. This card doesn't affect us at all. Let me hit the important part. Let's do these. Alright. Did we have a lot of EX to spend on things? We have powerful and stun, so we don't have EX, so we don't care about stun specialists. I like blocking, and I want to breaker my opponent on any block to try not to die. And make it so they have stuff committed on my turn, right? The dog is wanting to first form? Yeah, he likes doing that. He thinks he's an ostrich sometimes, and he has decided now he wants to be on camera, which is good. Let's see. Alright, we said Dedicate Your Heart. I found that when I play Dedicate Your Heart, I have it as 2 of, generally. I don't play it much more than that. I'll come back and look at battle preparations, because I think being able to string out, it's a 4-check, but I think being able to go pick up one of my other ones to fuel the rest of my turn could be pretty good. Let's see. I don't think we're doing anything with Stables work. We don't have any on-board ways to do Bleak Commentary tricks, so I'm not going to worry about this one so far. I'll put in sideboard to look at later if we find a good airway to flip another foundation. I know there's a other card in AOT that could do it. I always love Ionis. I think we're putting it as 3-0 for now. Don't go anywhere without your moment of normalcies. Go get your promos. I don't think we're removing enough cards from Imprisoned Noble to really get us the good speed hate. Flip, look at top card of your deck. Maybe Tinker's Touch, tech, or weapon. Do we have a lot of tech or weapons that need those keywords? 1, 2. I think we're skipping Tinker's Touch right now. Alright, 1 tech or weapon. It does. Can we draw a card in any way? We can Moth draw a card. We can probably Flying Dragon tackle to draw a card. Alright. I'm gonna put this as like a 2 of. We'll figure it out if we want to do anything else with it. I think having the option to go pick up 2 attacks we've checked. Do we have under air besides the Nagant Zero? We have the... We have a couple. There's a couple. There's the Bakugo 4 one. There's... Ochako has one. Whether or not they're in the uncommon or rare. If they're not there and they don't show up, then I'll go find them specifically, because I think they're worth picking up, because one of them is from a starter deck. After this card is revealed, your attack is +1 or -1. We're never doing that. Gets a +2 speed if it's blocked. Your next deck is +1 speed. This is a really neat sideways old... is it... Ice Skating? Is that what the card was called? Chat, help me. What's the old Shoto 1 or Shoto 2 card? Ice Gliding? This is a neat Ice Gliding. but it doesn't do the defensive part, so I just don't care. Um, I think we're not going to go home without... If we're going to stack our deck, we're going to play Tarot Reading. So we can just name it, potentially. I don't think I have enough text for Special Forces Elite. Neat. I don't think we can do anything with that. Maybe we'll have enough spare cards, but this is... I think we can run like 2 Don't Do This, just in case, for locking them down a turn. Yeah, I wish we had a way to flip this really easily. This would be really nice. I think once the attacks start hitting, this would be really good. But it doing nothing else until then feels not great. We're not clearing, so we don't need to push the advantage. I guess this is flip for flip another thing for -1 speed. So this could let us outwit, but I don't think we're gonna try to. What else? If your attack deals damage, next attack gets 3 damage. I don't think we're playing Jin's Heart. Maybe Jin's Parry is fine. Like, we're a blocking deck, right? So we care. Maybe this is fine. Maybe this will be 4 for now. We'll come back to it. We'll clean it up later. How's our thing looking right now? Keyword. 1, 2, 3. Alright, I don't think we're going to be able to get use out of it. After you receive a speed bonus of 3 or greater, it gets 3 damage. Checks a 4. I don't think I'd be using this. It'd be on an iffy list, right? Where the second part of getting 3 damage when you get 3 speed would be really good. But we don't have anything to commit it to pay a cost at the moment. We're always playing this one. Let's put it as a 2-of, because I think that says... We'll put it as a 3-of, because we're a blocking character. So we can have worse block zones, but better blocking. Hey, look, a 0 diff. I think this is probably fine as a 3-of. I want to play 1 Shobujins. Especially because unique and it'll only come up so much. Your ranged or weapon attack gets +3 damage. Ranged. Charge. Ranged. Maybe. Let's check the 4. I'm a little bit worried because of the 4. Let's put some rifle arms in, I think. I know we said Moth. Or put in Monster. But I think this might be useful on that first attack to make sure we get something frozen down. Or committed. Like maybe that's the important part about this, is making sure that first one hits. We play Latent Skill. We like drawing cards, so that way when we do stack the deck, we get to draw. If I'm gonna put this in sideboard, put class membership. Comes from the starter deck, if it matters. Rifle should probably should in the staple area. Like looking at these AR cards right now, I think I would have put it in potentially as I go through this right now. We can do 1 Masho Concealment. I want to draw cards. I'm putting 4 Fearsomes. We'll find our momentum. after a weapon attack is played. Ranged? One weapon? Two weapon? Alright. Momentum is just our tension card? Sure. Well, Stewie, my plan is that as soon as we get one hit in, right, it doesn't have to be just our tension move. As soon as we get one hit in, we're getting momentum, and then we're riding out that one momentum for the rest of the game, right? We'll have it continued from then on. I want to run one incompatible quirks. I'm a big fan of Return to the Kings even if we have a Roman cancel, right, we can spend the Roman cancel to build it down. So let's put this as 2 of. I think Nedry Chan will help us get some damage in. And then I don't think we get to run one weapon blades. And that's it. So where did we end up on? Got 48 cards. Alright, let's cut some stuff that I don't care about. We need to find a 0 diff. I don't know if we'll run like one more 0. So I think this being tenacious is probably more important than clasp, potentially. Alright, let's cut some stuff that I don't care about anymore. We're not flipping stuff. We don't have any other outwits. So we're going to run one Tricky Spinner. I think this might be fine as a 2 of. I think we can move Dedicate Heart down to 1 of. I think Sidestep might be fine as a 2 of. Mikasa can probably be a 2 of. Let's put Rifle down to a 2 of. I believe our block zones are just good enough, right? Our block zones are fine. We don't need to make it a high. We have latent skills. We're gonna cut this. I believe in one moment normalcy will be fine. Someone's gonna attack me for that later. Where do we end up at? 21, 26, 18, and 65 cards. I think it's pretty spread out. But I think that's like a fine mess around with stuff. Right, you get a lot of toolboxy things. If we have 24, I would even potentially put that up to a 4 of, just because I think this -2 speed draw card is really important in the character. Where between -2 speed and -2 speed and character can be -3 to -5 on everything. We cut the don't do this because we care about our cards in our hand, right? It's a low block. So one's a low block and it's kind of free, right? We have a couple things to draw cards with. So we'll have Moth, and we have a lot of ways to go card positive. So I think it's potentially fine as like a low count. That's the way I see the don't do this. Is on my turn, if I have any number of cards that I'm fine with giving up, we don't have anything that works on discard, so that's kind of stinky, but we'll figure it out. But we want them to have more things committed before we activate Kai's Enhance. So if we're going first or going second, and we can get them to have some committed. So if we're going first, we need to get them stuff committed on the first and second attack, right? If we have 2 don't do this, then we get to, in theory, if we can find one more stun, we're probably in a really good spot. So maybe one of these needs to be a stun move. So let's put this in sideboard. The Bang Bang is the one I have the least love for. So let's go find an attack with stun that's on air and order as a charge or ranged. It doesn't exist. Oh, that's Foundation why. That's why. That still doesn't exist. What am I doing wrong here? Common, uncommon. The last second release is worth the rare slot. Oh, because it's on 0. That's why. Like, man, what got left over? Last second release. So which of these have... Any of these have stun that we care about? Do we have weapon assets? No, we don't have any assets in here. Jet burn. Deku. Oh, the one that's commit. I thought last second releases if they ready a thing, right? Because if that's the plan, I think we should actually be running gauntlets, right? Is that what they're called? Give me these keywords. Nope. What is this gloves called? Gloves? Air Force gloves. Like maybe that was like a 2 of. And then we get to run charge, stun, ranged. Common, uncommon, rare. And then we get to run one weapon. Okay, it's not a weapon. Never mind. Never mind. Am I thinking too hard about this one? As an opener, it's a 6 mid for 5, right? And in character, it's a 7 mid for 5. And if we have the Air Force gloves out, then it's a 7 mid 5 with stun 1. Right, and it gives damage too? Yeah. Or just, okay, just get stun 1. I'm gonna put this in the maybe list. We'll come back to it. We'll look at it again. We're not playing Seize the Opportunity. It's not happening. We're not playing Unrelenting Assault. Yeah, I think giving Moth like stun 1 could be really neat. How many of these are charges? Hold on. How many of these are charges? Charge, charge, ranged, charge, ranged. This feels like a questionable one. I think this is a maybe. Let's put it over here. Last second release. If you have no committed foundations, commit 1 foundation. Alright, Jamie. Alright, I think I'm in. I'm down. Because it's like that or Nigeria Wave, I think. Because I think I just don't care about the damage. I think I care about the go. I think I care about Nigeria Wave going play a tension move, get momentum, play discard momentum, have them commit 3 foundations. Chris, are you still here? Do you remember? Does Beta Blade have charge? It's punch. Is it charge punch for Beta Blade? know it's tension punch something. It's like the 505. Punch weapon. Ah, we're ranged. Dang. It could be the coolest piercing growl deck. Yeah. Alright, so what are we looking at? 22 attacks. We can give our things stun, so we get more stuff committed down. Pretty good building, even if it seems inconsistent on what we get. Block zones are pretty mid-heavy, but we have Mikasa defeats the female titan to help with that. We have a decent amount of card draw to help with our blocking ability. I think I'm okay with this. I think it's like a draft 1. This might be fine. I think if I was going to change things, I might take out... maybe the weapon at the ready, because it doesn't give us... it only gets us 1 attack now. And it doesn't get us... it gives us 1, 2... it stacks us 2 cards. So I think I'm cutting the weapon at the ready. So I just don't have many good targets for it. I would play it if I had more targets for it. If we end up with a tension attack by the end of this week that has tech on it, maybe I'll come back and put it back in. Alright, chat, what do y'all think? Y'all like this? Y'all like this version 1? Let's clear this out. I'm gonna leave it down here. I think this one is neat. I think this is a really neat card for him. Where this being a 7 mid 5 as your opener could be pretty good. I don't know which one I would want to take out. I don't think we need this one. I think that one can go. This is one I'm iffy on. Yeah. Like, this first blitz is pretty good, and the second blitz, it may not happen, but you're Kai and you're going to block a lot of things, right? We don't have a lot of ways to really slam damage into people. So we're going to play defense really well, keep them out of the game, and chip them down to the point there might be a turn where they just go build 2 pass and they end up in deadlock. And maybe that's when this will matter. And then at that point, Moth also draws 3 cards. Yeah. I have to get to 6? Oof. Yeah. I thought it was 3. That's a little bit harder, but yeah. Yeah, I think for version 1. Yeah, he is boring. That is the Kai Kisuke alma mater. Like, hey, I'm playing good neutral. I'm gonna stick out my buttons, and you're gonna walk into them because they're a mile long. All right. Y'all hate it? Y'all love it? How y'all feel? But with that, let's see, I think we'd use like one. I think maybe one change would be finding another good powerful besides Alchemical Toss. But for uncommon up to rare cards, I think this is pretty fine. Before going into the Walk the Dogs and Sweeping Daggers, because you could very easily turn potentially the last second release. If I was going to upgrade it, it becomes last second release probably becomes your ultra rare. You can find room for Krakens, you can find room for final Animus Shots wherever you want them. Like, Flying Dragon Tackle can just be Animus Shot and it's fine. Your Alchemical Tosses just become Walk the Dogs. That's your powerful 3, draws a card. I think you can keep Moth last second release could just become Krakens, because it doesn't have the stipulation. So I think it gives you good options and pretty easy upgrades when you feel like upgrading the pieces themselves.